Oh boy, what's going on, guys? It's Steve. Yet again, this happens for the third year in a row. Now, the last two seasons, Kyle Lowry has averaged 13 points per game in the first round on 30% shooting from the field. So far against Milwaukee, the game's not over, but so far, this dude is 2 for 11 from the field for 4 points. This pisses me off because during the regular season, I was like, whoa. Kyle Lowry took a huge step forward. This guy is playing like an elite point guard. And I said, I do not think he or DeRozan will play bad in the playoffs. Because if you don't know, last season I called them DeMar DeFrozen and Kyle Lowry. DeRozan's playing all right, but Kyle Lowry is really pissing me off because he is too damn good. Too damn good to be averaging. Like, he's too good to be doing what he's been doing. Now, I'll sit here and I'll say this. DeRozan held his own so far. I think he has like 26 points. There's like 2 minutes left in the game, but the game's pretty much over. Milwaukee is not the team to go down against, especially with the matchups that Toronto has against Milwaukee, because Milwaukee is a matchup nightmare for every single team in the NBA. They're just a whole bunch of big, defensive, and just unguardable bodies. Like, if you think about it, Giannis Antetokounmpo, this dude is a 7-footer that's pretty much Kevin Durant without the jump shot. Okay, LeBron combined, it's ridiculous. Okay, you have Matthew Dellavedova playing defense, being pesky, being annoying. You have Chris Middleton, the scorer, and Chris Middleton's not even having that great of a game. I think he has like 10, 12 points, and Milwaukee, they're up by 17. It's just crazy, man. They have Tony Snell, Greg Monroe. This is not the team to go down against in a playoff series because matchups are nightmares. But yet again, Kyle Lowry becomes Kyle Lowry again. And I know people are going to say, Steve, it's just one game. Steve, what are you talking about? Yeah. Whatever. Listen, it's not just one game if it's happened the last 2 seasons in the first round. If it happened the last 2 seasons, it's not even just in the first round. In the entire playoffs, his numbers just plummet. Okay? But if you look, the last 2 seasons, in the first round alone, even the commentators in the game started to talk about it because he's playing like garbage. Okay? They were saying that he averages 13 points per game on 30% shooting, and his numbers are incredibly inconsistent and so terrible in the playoffs compared to the regular season. I don't understand why Kyle Lowry does this in the regular season every single time. Every single time. I know he just came back from an injury, but he was playing well towards the end of the season when he came back. I don't get it. And I know people are going to say, oh, you have to give Milwaukee credit for defense. Okay, you can give Milwaukee credit for defense, but it's not just the defense because it's a trend. This has been happening for the last few years. It's not just the defense itself. Now, I will admit, Matthew Dellavedova, Giannis Antetokounmpo just makes it really hard on him. But, it's an absolute embarrassment what's going on with, the Toronto Raptors, man. I mean, it's so sad. They're such a great team, but they're star players. Now, DeRozan showed up this year so far. It's only one game. Remember that. He showed up. He struggled the last 2 years as well in the playoffs, but he showed up this game. So far, he's 27 points. He's not shooting too well, 7 of 21. Again, that's what I was talking about in the playoffs. Efficiency, they always go down with these players. I don't know why. Serge Ibaka has 19 points. He's 8 of 14 from the field. Valanciunas is doing their thing. I mean, if Kyle Lowry played better and DeRozan shot better from the field, they wouldn't be having these problems now. Let me sit here and I'll say this. Giannis Antetokounmpo, oh my freaking goodness. This kid, I can't even say kid because he's older than me, but he's a kid compared to everyone else. This guy is so good. It's ridiculous. Right now, I'm looking at the box score. He has 28 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals, 1 block. This dude is shooting 72% from the field. 13 of 18 for 72% from the field. That's crazy. But man, Raptor fans. Giannis is just maybe, you know what, man? I'm gonna have to come out and I'll say this. Maybe Boston and Toronto are both gonna get upset in the first round because right now I didn't think matchups would be this bad for Toronto, but it's really bad. They cannot do anything to stop Giannis. Oh my goodness, Chris Middleton. He didn't even have a good game. This is someone that's a matchup nightmare as well because he's tall, lengthy, strong, athletic, and he can shoot the basketball. He's a heavy guy too. Okay, and he's a scorer, like a 20, 25 point per game scorer. Okay, so he only scored 10 points this game. Giannis has 28, but Milwaukee's still up by 20, and that's because Malcolm Brogdon has freaking 16. Greg Monroe has 14 and 15 rebounds. I mean, Matthew Dellavedova has 11. I mean, come on, man. Toronto's not going to stand a chance if Chris Middleton scores 20, and if DeRozan keeps shooting inefficient and Kyle Lowry keeps playing terrible like this. I mean, it's sad, man. It looks like we're gonna have two upsets, man. I know it's only one game. People are gonna say, "Steve, you're so dramatic," or whatever. I'm out. Peace.